Hello, everybody. Worm here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, we're playing Fallout 76. We're back in Appalachia, West Virginia, in search of these missile silos. And newly discovered information brought to us by the overseer of Vault 76 has now given us a new priority, and that's to discover the inoculation to what is called the Scorched. We thought they were just ghouls, maybe ghouls with higher motor functions. They do talk. But as it turns out, it's some kind of virus, according to the overseer and the research that she's uncovered. So, we are in the hometown of the overseer. We got to speak to her, and she gave us some new missions. We're going to continue exploring her hometown, see if there's any useful resources, items we can find, and continue on our journey. I hope you're well. I hope you're happy. And as always, if you'd like to like and subscribe, that would make me happy. But without further ado, let's continue on. Fallout 76. Sitting here at this bus stop / train station, one can't help but imagine what life must have been like prior to the bombs dropping. What did people who sat here before me used to think about? As the days in Appalachia grew longer and longer, so did my thoughts that lingered about days of past. The people and places that I've missed, and an uncertainty of a future plagued by war and famine, disease, not to mention the mutants, the giant cockroaches, the not so tasty mole rat meat. The things I've had to do to survive out here since I've left the vault. Things I never knew I was capable of, or imagined I'd ever have to do to survive. I feel as though that the person I was no longer is. Who I am now that stands in his place, I do not know. I can only hope that he is a better man. Speaking of the things we have to do to survive, more mole rat meat. One of the overseer's journals.
Mom. Hi, Dad. I'm home. Sorry it's been so long, but I couldn't get away. I know neither of you is around to hear this, but I miss you. I miss watching Dad grade papers on the living room table. I miss the three of us huddled around the radio, listening to the Silver Shroud. Dad, you were right about what living underground would really be like. 25 years locked in with the same people was a challenge. But watching them pair up, get married, have children, well, I think I got to know a little bit of what you and Mom were always telling me. Well, since I'm doing this whole trip down memory lane, maybe a walk over to the old high school is in order.
Maybe I wasn't the only one, or haven't been the only one, that's been feeling this way. The only home I ever knew was the vault. Sometimes I'd forgotten that the Overseer knew a life before this all happened. She mentioned her high school. I'm sure the next part of her journal's there.
Sutton. I grew up here. Seems kind of quiet and lonely now.
Well, it ain't as lonely as you think. This place crawls with ferals, and ferals is why we're here, Rook.
It's time for some live fire training.
Ferals. Those things give me the willies. All that hissing and rasping and jumping around. But then you remember that they used to be folks like us. Oh no. What if some of them are my relations? Or, I mean, they used to be.
Hey! Get your head in the game, Rook. Quit making these things out to be more than they are. We all come from around here, and we all had families and homes that we lost when the bombs fell. Sutton's just a place, the airport's home now. Get ready! I'm gonna make some noise and draw them out. Just remember your training and you'll all do fine.
No, Lord. Please forgive me if any of these things is a cousin.
I knew now this couldn't be a coincidence. The thoughts and feelings I'd been having, the longing for days past. I knew that there had to be a better way than all of this, than death. I was more convinced now than I'd ever been of my duty and mission to rebuild Appalachia. And we'd start by uncovering the mystery of the Scorched. There was no way I'd let myself succumb to that same awful disease. My encounter given me hope. That there were people still here in Appalachia like me who cared.
Target acquired. You humans attack me because you can't take it. Fortunately, your ability is just as bad as your sense of humor. Got you? Thank you for your participation.
You have been insulted by InsultBot, sponsored by Robco. About InsultBot. InsultBot is a social experiment brought to you by the Robotics Club at Watoga High School. Go Lions! InsultBot operates in 3 primary phases: data gathering, data analysis, and insult delivery. Its purpose is to observe a target, formulate a custom insult based on the target, and then deliver the insult. InsultBot then gathers emotional reaction data and stores it for further analysis by students in a state-of-the-art facility provided by Robco Industries. Thank you for participating in this very important study. Well, you're welcome. I wish there was someone around who could explain the study more. That actually sounds very interesting. Unfortunately, I don't think this Robco bot is much of a conversationalist. I never really liked robots. That always made me uncomfortable. All AI in general, for that matter. But people insisted that it made things better. The overseer's house just seems like a little piece of paradise out here. Whenever he had the time, I always thought it was a good idea to tune yourself. Music and six strings could be good for a person's soul. Well, before I'd left, Sutton carried on. I want to make sure I haven't left anything behind. Some piece of information I left unturned. It had felt like ages since I felt this full of hope, this free, this liberated. I couldn't remember the last time I'd removed my vault suit. But already I'd missed it. It had become a part of me, like an armor. From now on, me and my vault suit would be one. It would become a symbol of hope. My simple armor had served me well, but soon we would have to make an improvement. Who knows what perils await us? Looks like our next stop would be taking us northeast into Morgantown, where we had two primary missions. The first was to investigate the Morgantown airport incidents. We would need any and all assistance and help that we could find out in Appalachia if we were to rebuild it into a better tomorrow. So, I made my way north, along the train tracks, until I'd reach Highway 86B, then make my way to 5964 East into Morgantown. Who knows what we'll find. Visiting Sutton had given me so much to think about. But it filled me with hope. I had seen firsthand now what life was like. Though it might have just been a glimpse. I knew that the Scorched and the missile silos that threatened our very existence had to be stopped. We'd make connections. Stop along the way. Say hello.
Listening is the key to life. Gotta focus.
Remind people that there's still humanity out here.
Oh, thought I heard someone creeping around. Lights in the sky. It's communication. It's intent.
I too was a Grognak fan. I shared so much in common.
Yeah, you can't see my cards. You wouldn't understand.
With all of these people. We'd received a new frequency on our Pip-Boy. A station called the Sons of Dane. And an automated alert. The last thing I'd want right now is to have anything to do with one of those beasts. Not only had I been training my mind in intense meditation and reflection, but I'd also been training my body. I'd felt myself getting stronger. These super mutants I once feared no longer seemed so super. Instead, I saw them as mere obstacles in my way to bringing peace to Appalachia. And I would vanquish every super mutant I encountered and pulverize their skulls into liquid paste with whatever melee weapon I had. And today, it's a sledgehammer. Tomorrow, there might be a rocket attached to it. I've been feeling a bit innovative. Who knows? We may even begin to be slightly competent with a rifle. My skills so far were less than adept, but I'd been able to manage so far by practicing pot shots on opossums.
Finally, a nice day.
Yeah, I agree. Storms lately have been a bit much.
Critters, I'll kill them all.
Yeah. They do seem to be a bit of a nuisance. Hey, take care. It was good seeing you.
Yeah. Now that people have come back to this area, they'll all want to be setting up places like Foundation.
Can't blame them. The home I'd built for myself started to bring me comfort. It did start to feel like home. And with a little time, we'd make some improvements. It was a weird thing, feeling strangely happy and sad at the same time. Reminded me of an old song we used to listen back in the vault about bubbles in your beer. Being in a bar alone, sitting, laughing, cheering, sitting there and watching bubbles in your beer. It was so nice to know that there was people out here in Appalachia still playing this music on their radio stations. Oh, this place is booby-trapped. funny, as I explored Appalachia, I found myself having new phobias I never knew I had. For instance, of insects. At any second, a gruesome, disgusting, hideous, giant cockroach could lunge out of any bush, tearing at my flesh with huge mandibles. The very thought sent shivers down my spine. Almost more so than encountering a ghoul. But if we were to rebuild Appalachia, it was vital we explored and got to learn of the life before the tragedy that overtook us all. War. War never changes.
I'm flying, man. I'm flying. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm in a different planet, man. I'm in outer space. Guys, do you feel this? You feel this, guys? Guys? Where'd everybody... Oh, what the hell is that? Oh, man, please tell me you see that, guys. Do you see that? Becky, there's a lighthouse right there, right? Right, Becky? Steve? Oh, God. Oh, God. Stay calm. Stay calm, man. Stay calm. Oh, you're up too high. There's no water around. There's no boats around. It's not a lighthouse, you idiot. They don't build lighthouses on mountains. It's just the chems. It's the chems. Of course. Let's close my eyes. I open them. 3, 2, 1. Oh, no, 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 no! Where am I? Where am I? Where am I?
That poor soul. I could relate with him. Could you blame a person from wanting to escape all of this? Then if that came in the form of a pill or something you injected, inhaled, could you blame someone who was suffering for taking that? The good stuff, he said. Indeed. It was. And Vaultec Pharmaceuticals made the best stuff. And everybody in Appalachia deserves the best stuff. My fears were proven to be justified. These rad roaches, as I'd called them. Were the things of nightmares. I would conquer these fears. And just like the mutants, I would smash every one of them into a slimy pulp. Each one of these homes I had entered, so many of them offered glimpses, almost real life, still images of the moment everything changed. A picture in a moment in time. So many stories to be told. These people had lives. They loved. They hated. They empathized. It was important if I was to rebuild Appalachia. I was to get to know these people and their lives. Fortunately, thanks to Robco Industries, it was easier than ever to document your life in journals. On holotapes that would never disintegrate. So, it was just a matter of determination, with a little time. We'd soon familiarize ourselves with the people of Appalachia. Luckily, we had a little history of the lighthouse, Landview Lighthouse, and the lighthouse keeper. Welcome to the Landview Lighthouse, the most unusual lighthouse in Appalachia, nestled in the mountains west of Morgantown. Landview Lighthouse offers a beautiful 360-degree view of the surrounding area from its gallery deck. The origins of the landlocked lighthouse are as unusual as the lighthouse itself. Originally conceived as a theoretical concept by engineering students from Morgantown, the concept was ruthlessly mocked by students from a rival university. On a dare, the students decided to make the project a reality, and its construction became a point of pride for everyone involved. The project soon took on a life of its own, overcoming many obstacles. The lighthouse was eventually erected in October of 2036. It was dedicated to Donald and Shirley Jameson, two professors who helped spearhead the project from the very beginning. Now retired, the Jamesons live in the nearby house where they serve as lighthouse keepers full-time, keeping it functional solely on donation money from visitors. Tourism guide, construction. Before construction began, over a year was spent consulting with the lighthouse enthusiast community for general tips, guidelines, and pitfalls to avoid. From these conversations, it became clear that it couldn't come across as just another tourist trap that you see on golf courses and theme parks. It was determined that the lighthouse had to serve as a true aid to navigation, with a working light and authentic architectural design. It had to have an operating beacon and a 360-degree gallery deck for observation. In other words, if they were going to do it, they had to do it right. Viewing information. Landview Lighthouse is a 102-foot tall structure, thousands of feet above sea level, with 76 steps to climb for visitors to reach the stunning 360-degree gallery deck. The second-tier lamp room features a rotational beacon capable of projecting a beam for over 25 miles. Guests on the 360-degree gallery deck can enjoy unrivaled views of various landmarks in all directions. Beyond the mountain of the north is Grafton, a major shipping hub and railroad intersection for the area. To the east is Morgantown, home of Valtech University and the founders of this very lighthouse. In the distance is the top of the world, located at the Pleasant Valley Ski Resort, featuring the highest elevation in the region. Looking south, it's impossible to miss the stunning New River Gorge Bridge, one of the longest bridges in Appalachia. On a clear day, the unmistakable silhouettes of the luxury mega mansions in Bramwell can also be spotted. The landmarks that can be viewed from the 360-degree gallery deck are too numerous to mention. Under the right weather conditions, guests have a spectacular view of the entire region. Safe control. Disengage lock? I think I will. Unlocked. I couldn't believe it. It seemed as if fate itself was guiding me. These students from Valtech University had inspired me. Their project to build the lighthouse paralleled my goal and mission to rebuild Appalachia. The lighthouse itself would serve as a symbol of hope. Their mission was mocked, as am I, at times, in the towns I roll into. For my suit, for my beliefs, my goals. But so were these students who were absolutely determined to rebuild it. Well, students of Valtech University, today, much like in so many days in history, you have inspired me to make a change. The heart of youth. Courage needed to make a change. No wonder it took the students of the university. Students of universities had so often paved the way for many of society's greatest progressions. So, I would carry on that tradition. And I'd almost forgot about the Valtech University cap I had worn. Heck, the overseer herself had gone to Valtech U. Yep. I knew. These were all signs. It was destiny. We would rebuild Appalachia. We would rebuild Appalachia. And we will rid Appalachia of rad roaches. Die. That's right. I will eat you and your brethren. I wonder, was the lighthouse still functional? binoculars. I'd read about these, but I'd never had the opportunity to use any. Oh! Wow! That's fantastic. What a simple yet marvelous invention. Ha! Proof that technology doesn't need circuits to be impressive. And highly useful. The day was ending. Night was drawing near. Soon, darkness would overtake this place. And the things that lurked in the shadows would be free to roam. High Priestess. I was right. The fireflies come here to mate. They go a little crazy, and I got hurt pretty bad, but I was able to gather enough goo to light the lamp. Now I just have to wait. The great Mothman will come. He has to. More rumors of this creature called the Mothman. Well, Mothman, if you are out there, be warned. You will not stop me. Yep. This seems like a good place to rest for the night. The occupant left me a nice bottle of bourbon. Tomorrow, we will carry on. Tomorrow, our mission continues.